White opens with "Hey, wanna hear something weird?" kicking the game off with a book move, leaving Black with a lot of choice in their response. Black hits back with "Absolutely," revealing that they are more likely an AI-generated program bought for White to practice against. Anyone who puts an exclamation point after "absolutely" is either the most jolly person on the planet or a bot, with no in-between. Life isn't sunshines and rainbows, barchacho, and that shows with this inaccuracy. White replies with, "In my village, pretty wives have to sleep with their in-laws or older men," pushing the first sign of attack in his game with a mistake. This fact is honestly insane and has many flaws, the main one being they're a goddamn creep, and creeps don't win games. "This is weird. Where is your village so I can avoid it, lol," is White's response, dodging White's offensive move and setting up a great defense. This great move shuts down any possibility of Black being invited to visit White, probably saving her from an imminent checkmate. Choosing to agree with his opponent, White plays, "Yeah, you should definitely avoid it, it's somewhere in India," and you and I both know he does not want her to avoid his village. A lie like this has to be covered up well enough to actually work, but unfortunately, White clearly doesn't understand that, leading to the first mistake of the game. Spotting the mistake, White continues the aggression with, "I've never been to India, so avoidance shouldn't be too hard, lol." Black plays an excellent move on the defense, reinforcing that she will not be letting White hit. Speaking of too hard is hard as iron right now and reveals this side of himself in the offensive move with, "You're very pretty, so I suggest you avoid it, lol. If you were in my village, you being so pretty, I f you myself real hard." This is an outrageous move and it reveals the true colors of White to Black, showing that after all this, he is just like the other men in his village. It was a trap all along and Black managed to avoid it. Black replies with, "Well, you just told me to avoid it, so it won't happen, lol," playing a brilliant move on defense and making White eat his own words. It is very difficult to deal with D1 creeps like this, but Black has played the game perfectly and I certainly hope she wins. Too bad. Oh shit, you know stuff is about to go downhill. I'm imagining pounding your ass from behind while your tits bounce with tears rolling down your cheeks and dripping from your not so Okay, this wasn't even funny from White, and they deserve the ban hammer from this one. Or actually, they should put him in one of those stocks people can throw tomatoes and whatever else they want at them. A blunder so nefarious that even I can't make a joke out of it. Black wins the game due to White being banned. Next, White is straight to the point and starts with, "Damn girl, sit on me, haha," asking for the treasure before following the treasure map. I've seen this gamut work where players have skipped the unskippable cutscenes we call the talking stage, but something about the haha screams a lack of confidence, making it a huge miss. Black defends the opening gambit in an offensive way and plays lol, a bit of a bold opener for a man whose profile screams deep chats and petting stray cats, laughing emoji. Let's try that one again, shall we? Crazy emoji. Absolutely violating White and hitting them with a fork in a great move. It's rare that defending players comes across as so aggressive off the bat, but clearly this player is a female King Vaughn or some shit because it is on sight. Desperate to recover from the early loss, White replies with, "Ha, nah, maybe I should play the dumbs on that peach emoji," obviously referring to the ass. I know I'm a genius. White plays a good move and doubles down here, which you have to respect because doubling down in a losing position is certainly brave. Blank, I'll be honest, I was so enchanted by your profile. You came across as down to earth and classy. I'm not really here to have someone do a drum solo on my ass. Thanks but no thanks, best of luck finding what you were looking for. Black hits back with a brilliant move, breaking a heart and securing a checkmate. You just know that this game is the start of a nasty winner arc for White though. I am willing to put money that in 1 year's time everyone will want him to play drums on their booty, mark my words. Next, pretty naughty you swiping on a 6'6" guy then. White opens with the feminist literature gambit, evidently lying about his height in the most corny way possible. Rendering as an inaccuracy, the move leaves many gaps for potential attacks against White from Black. Black hits back with, "I'll be honest, I have no clue what I'm doing on these apps, haha, I just want to meet people and feel hot," laughing emoji, confirming that these two met on a dating platform before hopping over to WhatsApp, which is a mistake in on itself, because who the hell uses WhatsApp for anything other than family? Also, if the aim is to just meet people, then why would Black use a dating platform instead of just going outside? It's just misleading for guys. I'm definitely not speaking from experience, promise. Anyway, White responds by playing, "Wish I could rub your p next week, I think you'd love it," and advancing the game much quicker than the usual expectations and developing a piece. It is definitely risky, but a good move nonetheless because it might be creepy, but who knows, maybe Black is into that. I mean, they did take it off the dating platform anyway. Yeah, about that, Black defends with, "LOL, yeah, I think you might be a bit too horny for me," laughing emoji, shutting down White's attack before it even truly started in an excellent move. The laughing emojis were personal, but you gotta do what you gotta do to banish these creepy DMers. Are you tempted to fuck a 6'6" guy with a massive Be honest, is White's dastardly new attempt of an attack. I mean, I'll give credit where due for sticking to the game plan, but when the game plan is on this level of perverted, I can't do anything other than grant it a blunder. Fortunately, Black spots the blunder and capitalizes on it with, haha, I mean that sounds fun, but IDK if I'm the kind of girl who would enjoy much without a strong emotional connection first. This brilliant move is an excellent example of great resilience, as many players would have resigned out of fear, but not Black. In the face of P. Diddy regen, they continue fighting, and that is something that must be praised. To Black's dismay though, White is not yet done, and things are about to get far more cringe-inducing. Before I continue though, make sure to join my Discord with the link in the description where you can submit your text to be in these videos. White states with, let's date, but I'm gonna f you so good. This is no longer asking to do it, and instead telling Black that the deed will be done. Imposing such heinous acts onto an opponent is clearly banned in the text chess rulebook and a blunder, but luckily the admins let the game go on, as Black seems capable of winning the game anyway. Black responds with, yeah, I'm gonna need you to take a cold shower before we meet up, friend, smiling, sweating emoji. Might be a bit much for me, lol. On the surface, this appears to be a fatal blunder because who the f would willingly meet up with White? Getting in the back of a white van that says free candy on the side is probably a safer idea. However, the emoji at the end clearly makes it sarcastic, saving the play and making it a good move. Okay, I'll leave you be, XX, I really want to date, and f you with those huge but it's not for you. White drops one of the most contradictory players in text chess because who says I'll leave you be and then folds 6 minutes later. This absolute villain has no self-respect or respect for others, and it's about time they get a criminal move. Get this player in jail ASAP. Black hits back with, I think not, best of luck blank, signaling an end to the conversation with a great move. White complains with poor blank, so keen, before getting ignored, resulting in a generational loss of aura, followed up with a huge loss in elo. Checkmate, what a game. Next, White opens the next game with, I'm getting ready for a Christmas Eve party with family friends, which starts at 8:30, which is insane, like what? Starting a regular conversation with a book move that can't be faulted. In response, Black plays, babe, I am drunk and sad face, I need you right here, providing a need for reasoning, so I am all for it. By no means is this message weird, as they are dating, and you can argue with me on that all you want. Let them tap, excellent move. My baby, heart emoji, wholesome emoji, I wish I was there baby, is White's considerate response, but priorities are priorities and Christmas with family is one of them. This is a good move for upholding values in a very respectful way. Black then responds with, yeah, sadly I have to keep it to myself, I so want to, and then obviously something is blurred. They responded with, but you are trying to prepare for a party, I should not be saying this, like a brain dead, boring, and soulless player. I understand this is the good morale response, but the weirdos are what make text chess fun. It's still a good move nonetheless. White responds with, it is totally okay, you absolutely can, validating the huzz like a good boyfriend with yet another good move. I am so did you start the party? I hate that you knew I was and decided to ignore me. Anyways, you don't have to tell Black twice, all it took for White giving Black permission and they went straight back to being I mean, hey, at least we know that they love each other after this great move. However, Black has been accused of ignoring her, which adds aggression to the game, finally getting the battle started. White reveals that they are back on defense and trying to keep the huzz happy, so they send many messages. Babe, I was letting my phone charge, and no, we're leaving soon, we have the blank over, and then a few hours later, hola, and then just walked around and showed the girls a photo of you, and then a day later, just got home love, Merry Christmas, heart emoji, wholesome emoji. Someone must be hungover and sleeping in. This absolute ambush from White starts defensive but then goes back to moving pawns. It is a solid defense, I must say, and forces Black to resign for being too overwhelmed. Next, hi, I have a big and send nuds. White opens with the trader gambit, proposing the illegal trading of photographic goods. I just want to say that anyone with a big would definitely not feel the need to send them over to other people for approval. Me on the other hand, send them right over. Mistake. Black pushes back with, I have a big duck and send foods, keeping things on the innocent side and rejecting White indirectly. They're lucky Black didn't screenshot the f out of them, because most of the huzz would, and rightfully so. For failing to do so, that is a miss, bro had one job. Oh, that's interesting. Can I see your duck? Fortunately, White changes their game plan and suddenly turns into this innocent user, which is an excellent move. You and I both know his secret though, we just can't prove it. What we do know is that when a player starts off creepy, they stay that way and this innocence will not last forever. Black gives a duck picture and sends yes alongside a very cute duck. All absolute cinema and a trophy move. Hopefully seeing the duck makes our D1 Gooner in White leave and keep the pure side of him for longer. White replies OMG like a generic, Starbucks drinking, matcha slurping, bikini wearing, makeup applying, TikTok creating white girl despite being a male who was trying to trade pictures a few minutes ago. It's crazy how much a picture of a duck can rewire a man's brain, but this is a mistake because it is boring and does not develop the game at all. Black finally provides conflict with, I lied, he's probably not that big, but you probably lied too. Holy shit, White has caught fire with another brilliant move from Black, who is on fire. There is no way White can defend it without sending literal proof, and he's not going to do that, although I hope he is. So cute, I not lied, is White's petty response until bang, the blessing is sent. There was no other move that White could have played on the defense, making it forced, but I thought they would resign. What an amazing plot twist. Black, before opening the message, says, "Only duck pics allowed," clearly skeptical of the picture. It's always a good move to be skeptical, but it leads to Black resigning. After that, White says, "Yes, miss," dropping a brilliant move. And an even more brilliant move would be liking and subscribing if you want duck pics to flood your inbox. Oh, and also visit textchess.store to get cool merch that's guaranteed to make more girls approach you. It's proven by science. I apparently have 0 sales, so let's try and get 1. Next, White kicks things off with a short and sweet smiling emoji, showing that they are happy to be there, which is low-key kinda wholesome and a book move. Black hits back with IDK, but I wanna fuck a bad boy right now, goofy emoji. And why is bro saying IDK like he was asked a question? This inaccuracy makes absolutely no logical sense, and if anything, it gives White some clear opportunities to attack. That's cool. White brings things back to a respectful level with a good move and is definitely sarcastic in calling the move cool. The only thing cool about it was that I felt addressed, as I'm a bit of a bad boy myself. Any canceling after saying that. Black goes beast mode and responds with grrr, revealing their inner furry status, really selling themselves. The last thing anybody want to do is get freaky with a furry, but at the end of the day, it's Discord, so it wouldn't surprise me if White took this blunder and let it work. Fortunately, White replies with TF, meaning they are one of the most normal users that Discord has to offer. This great move creates conflict and tension while developing the queen into play, truly creating a threat and entering us into mid-game. Nope, time to pin you down in the school desk. What the actual is this Black player tanking, bro? He prolongs in a text chest 2 freaky logs for sure, because mentioning school in a conversation is some real future prisoner stuff. Mark my words, this account will be seen in a Gideon pred catch sooner rather than later after such a criminal move. What the is White's cloned response, playing the same move back to back like a loser. As much as there isn't anything wrong with this play, it's still a markdown because who the hell wants to see the same move as before, just on the other side of the board. When playing against Jimmy Savile Part 2, you have to play as aggressively as possible, and White has failed with a miss. Confused, Black tries to sneak their way back into a good position by playing "What am I doing wrong?" shocked emoji, but bro is not as sneaky as the legendary sneaky golem in the pocket. Yes, I play Clash Royale, and yes, I have more trophies than you. Going back on the topic, Black is fooling no one with this mistake, and if White falls for it and says absolutely nothing, I might have to retire. White hits back with everything, question mark, like the literal GOAT, dropping a brilliant move out of nowhere. Doubling down is exactly what they needed to do to force checkmate and mate one in imminent. Straight face emoji, sorry, is Black's lousy move, likely unaware that checkmate is literally impossible to stop. Resigning here would have been brilliant, but based on Black's standards, they were never going to hit that spot. The game is over now. White deals the final blow with the block button is so tempting now, and while it wasn't the most flashy checkmate due to them eating the S on their keyboard, the move is still S tier and puts Black into low elo obbies where they belong. Next, I'm bored and you're cute. White gets us into the next game with a bold book move opening, playing the risky play but not in a way that looks creepy. It's hard to find that balance and White does well to uncover it. Black hits back with thanks, and damn, that White Riz did not land. Editor, put that Stephen Curry space shot meme on the space right now because that shit was bound to fail. Good move. Instead of taking the loss and resigning the match like a normal human being, White decides that they're going to switch up the game plan and try again. You're welcome, I just wish you was here so I could f you. Is a mistake of a response, and I've never seen someone go from genuine to perverted in such record time. 0 to goon in 2 seconds. White speedran that conversation faster than Bonnie Blue speedrun 1,000 bodies, and that's saying something. There are now a lot of gaps in their defense, and if Black exploits them, White is in trouble. Black responds with, I mean, that's one way to talk to a girl you don't even know, destroying the first gap in defense with the best move. A fork on White's queen and bishop is created, essentially forcing them to retreat their bishop on the next move. Well, I'm sorry, but you're hot and I'm so yeah, is White's reply to the fork, choosing to completely ignore it and attack from another angle and a miss. In modern day text chess, this is referred to as the card gambit and usually results in being banned from the platform. However, in rare occasions, it actually does the job. Black responds with, and that's a viable excuse for lascivious behavior. Okay, what on earth does lascivious mean? Google says the revealing of an overt interest or desire, which leaves me with just one question. When did Shakespeare start playing text chess? With excellent defense moves like these, players like me at the top ladder are in trouble, so watch out. Acting like they have any idea what lascivious means, White plays OMG whatever and has so many flaws. It is boring, it does nothing, makes him look like a prick, and pisses me off, obviously the most important one. On the whole, I'm grading it as a mistake, and the losing position gets more apparent with every move. I know, right? Girls and their incessant needs to not feel violated by strangers. How dare we? Black gives White the proper shit talk now, and it's safe to say there is no possible recovery for him. In a brilliant move, White has been humbled, and there is pretty much nothing left for him to defend himself with. White replies with, "You just need to chill out," like a defenseless little soul playing a blunder. In a time where the defense is needed to come back, they chose attack, and this proves fatal in Black's response. Or alternatively, and let me spoil this for you, this is the correct opinion, you just need to learn to respect people and their boundaries. Absolute cinema. Black delivers checkmate with a brilliant move, teaching White a valuable lesson, and hopefully they learn from the loss. I doubt it though, once a freak, always a freak. Take it from a freak. Next, White opens with, "How about roasting on video chat, acting like prime pack-on, but they still have the Reddito droid as their profile picture, reducing all intimidation factors to 0. Still a book move nonetheless, but come on, profile pictures can be far more auriful." Black makes the preference clear with, "No thanks, I'm good, I'd rather have the text," raised eyebrows. And you know what, I can relate with this good move. When I'm absolutely roasting someone, which I tend to do all the time, I can think more over text and always win. It's a method, bro, I'm telling you. Realizing that they won't win due to the roast taking place on text, White backs out and plays, "BTW, I won't roast you, you are a pretty girl. TBT, I am right now." The fun fact was not needed at the end, Brody. We got another blunder in this video, and I'm starting to lose hope for humanity. The Reddit profile picture was already a red flag, but I didn't expect to switch up this bad. "Oh, no thank you, I'm in a relationship." Black responds with a white lie defense, because you and I both know that they do not have a boyfriend. It's just a good defense mechanism for women. That's why this is a good move, as it castles the king and keeps it tucked away. Trying to relate, White responds with, "Even I am, but my girl is studying hard. It's her exams month," literally snitching on himself for cheating, which eliminates all of his chances of bagging the huzz. I have definitely seen more outrageous plays, but none that detriment to game as badly as this one, because bro has no choice of winning now. I don't even have to say the rating, you know what it is. "So you're trying to cheat on her." The lack of a question mark in Black's response says a lot, and they are outright calling this out. I can't think of a better move, making this a best move by default. It'll be interesting to see what White has to say in defense. Not cheating exactly, Reddit is never that serious. Moreover, it's just virtual thing, I can't get you pregnant, her. Is White's response, and the flaw in this defense is so evident that it's pissing me off. How can a player go from saying they're to claiming they can't impregnate the opponent as defense? I really hope Black spots out this insane blunder. Choosing to end things quickly, Black responds saying, "Dude, no," shutting down the conversation and resigning the game, taking the ELO loss under the chin. Hopefully White takes a fist under the chin from their girlfriend soon, because cheating is not cool. Men are though. Next, at 5:02 in the morning, White plays "Don't expect to ever hear from me again," clearly exiting an argument with some newfound beef. This excellent move is the mature things to do in order to avoid future conflict, but who said they were going to stick to it? Around 4 hours later, White follows up with, "Yo, I'm and the self-respect here is lacking more than an OnlyFans model. I hope this future remains single forever, because messaging this 4 hours after cutting contact is absolutely insane desperation. I'm also insanely desperate for you to watch the playlist on screen for more great games of text chess.